For the people who are here.
He just doesn't want people to steal it.
Yeah, I don't want people. Yeah, I don't want people to steal my work. I mean, there's no.
Alright, so hey guys, thank you so much for coming out. I mean, I know that you're all really busy with your individual schedules, but you guys want to briefly introduce yourselves?
Okay. My name is Thomas, and I am working in Korea as a professional actor and a writer.
Garrison, how about you?
Hello, my name is Garrison. I'm British American. I'm working in Korea as a professional actor and lifestyle model.
So guys, the first question is, what made you come to Korea?
Oh, geez, so long ago I can barely remember. I was here actually in 2007 as an exchange student in university, and I really liked living here, so I wanted to come back and stay permanently. So in 2009 I came here, and I've been here since.
Yeah, I think my story is probably a bit similar to Thomas's.
All our stories are all very similar.
So I was working for a company in London, and this was in 2009. I came to Korea my first time. I was doing some global training programs with them, and I came here and I thought I really enjoyed it. And I thought, what would it be like to actually come here, work here, live here as a foreigner and come back here, because I really enjoyed it. So in 2012 I came back to Korea, and I've been staying here since.
Alright, so guys, since you guys told me that you guys are both professional actors, what made you to become an actor here in Korea?
In my case, I had done a bit of acting like middle school, high school, but never really thought about it. But then in 2013 I joined it was an amateur English musical class. So the focus was actually like teaching English through musicals, and the teacher was a former actor himself who had transitioned into English education. And obviously I speak English, but it was a kind of cool way to get to meet people and have it be in English, acting in English. So I did that. I did Mamma Mia, and it was super fun. And then after the guy who was teaching it, about a year later, he decided to quit his job. So he came to me and he was like, why don't you take over for me, because your acting's pretty good and I can see you're passionate about it. And at the time I was like, shit, I don't know how to teach acting, what am I gonna do? But I came up with something. I put a course together, and yeah, I did that for like 3 years, teaching Korean office workers and university students musical acting. So that was my introduction to it. And then when that class finished, I was like, well, I've built up all of this knowledge now, so I should continue it. So that was how I started professional acting.
Garrison, what about you?
Well, I think I originally got my first feel and touch for acting is when I went to university the first time, and my major was in drama and was in theatrical acting. But you slowly move away from that. You realize, oh, there's big things to do. I can make more money if I study something else. So I did that. And then when I moved to London, I got into becoming a part-time lifestyle model. And I really enjoyed that. And I found out that my passion was actually being in front of the camera, not behind a desk, working 9 to 5, thinking, I can make all this glamorous money. And being like a rich, I don't know, businessman. So I realized that was no fun for me. So when I came back to London, I was pursuing some other stuff, but I got the opportunity to get back into modeling, and I started my career as a lifestyle model, and then slowly things transitioned into there. I took a few acting classes just to get a feel for it, and then I started about 3 years ago my career as being an actor, and doing that.
So guys, since you guys been acting here for Korea for a while, what would you give advice to people who wants to become an actor here in Korea, or whether in Hollywood?
No. I would say if you want to become an actor in Korea, I mean, don't do it. I mean, you can, but you know, be prepared for a lot of
Unexpected.
But you're doing
unexpected
it.
things.
There must be something
doing
worthwhile
it.
you're doing.
I mean, like, if you're coming to the Korea with the intention of being an actor, I think from my aspect, that's what it is. You know, don't come here and think, wow, I can become an overnight success and become an actor. That's not how it's going to work, because that's not going to happen. You know, if you're ready to like put in the hard work, if you're ready to put in the hard time, if you're ready to make, you know, $200 one month and make $1,000 the next, then you know you want to do it. But I wouldn't suggest, you know, to anybody. I wouldn't say to people outside of Korea. I wouldn't say, oh yes, come to Korea and be an actor. No.
I would say in terms of advice, probably like before you start, ask yourself, what is it that I'm trying to achieve, and how do I go about that? Because I think a lot of people maybe started like me. That's one thing, you know, I maybe regret is when I started, like I said, I didn't know how the industry was, so I was just searching around. And because of that, you know, you do a little here, you do a little here, and then a few years go by and you have this really confusing, messy career path where I think maybe do more research before you start, and then say, what am I trying to get out of it? Do I want to make money? Do I want to get famous? Do I want to just do acting for the sake of it? Do I want to use it as a platform to go somewhere else? And then really go towards that goal that you're aiming for. That saves you a lot of time and effort if you do that.
So guys, since you guys have been like doing like a lot of acting recently, what are some things that you guys enjoy being a foreign actor here in Korea?
Enjoy?
Yeah.
For me, like, just the fact that, I mean, I enjoy the actual act of acting, if you can say that, that it's fun to do. You know, it's like I play a lot of basketball, and I liken it to basketball where the game itself is fun to play. Of course, if you win and you're successful and you're good is also cool, but just playing is really fun, you know. So the fact that you can do something that's fun and you can get paid for it and make a career out of it, to me is amazing, you know. So any job that offers me that, I'll be so happy to take that, you know.
I agree. I exactly 100% agree. You know, I'm getting paid to do what I love. I'm getting paid to do, and it's not just even about the pay. It's just doing something that my passion, what makes me happy. You know, getting the opportunity to do what I want.
So I just want to ask you guys, what was your most memorable memories as a foreign actor here in Korea?
Memories. Why don't you take this one first? I want to think. I want to think back.
That's a very good question. I think, you know, like, there's a lot of good memories. You know, I've been able to work with some incredibly amazing, talented Korean actors that are huge. You know, I've worked alongside of probably some of the biggest names in the industry. You know, Ha Jung-woo, Ma Dong-seok, you know, Hang Jung-min, Im Shi-won. You know, I've worked with some incredibly massive people that ordinary people would never have the opportunity to meet these people or work with them or talk with them. You know, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of, so I mean, just those memories, you know, are amazing, you know. And I've been to so many places, you know. I've been all over Korea traveling for work, so those are great memories. You know, I've been to every single city. I've been to Jeju-do. You know, I've been all over Korea with my job, so I've had some incredible memories. I've had some incredibly big roles that I've got. You know, being a lifestyle model, I've got to drive brand new vehicles that I probably would have never driven in my life. You know, like, you know, I've driven Maseratis and
Before
Porsches. And,
there's like a security guard with a machine gun there.
you know,
like, if anyone touches this car, they're gonna get wrecked.
You know, I've seen some incredible sets and studios that ordinary people would never have the opportunity to see. You know, I've worked with some incredible film crews and production teams. So it's just having those memories, you know, like.
I'd say for me, the most distinct memory I have is the first movie I did, which was Swing Kids. That was like the first thing I got booked for, so I didn't really know what to expect. And that was shot out in like a mountain valley somewhere out in the countryside. And you know, all takes place in this prisoner of war camp. So they built a life-size replica of this camp, and you're in uniform. It's like 5 a.m. in the morning before the sun goes up, and you're wearing this army, clothes, and all around there's like barbed wire. There's all these barracks, and you really feel like, man, what is this? Like it was so like the sensory stuff was just so vivid. I remember like the smell from the toilet was like so overpowering. You got a whole film crew using the toilet, and I was like, man, this is really like vivid to be in this place. And like for some reason that memory really sticks out. Just like, it's like you're on Mars or something. Like people just took you and tossed you into a totally different time and place, and that kind of stuff is really cool.
So guys, since you guys have been telling me that you've been working, you were guys been able to work with some great Korean actors, great Hollywood actors. Since you guys been working with those amazing actors, and which of those actors, who was your favorite actor that you got to work with?
Favorite? I don't know. Like most. I was like in Mr. Sunshine, just like a really brief, for a brief moment, and Lee Byung-hun was in that scene. Like I'm standing there, that was like one of the first dramas that I'm standing there really tense, and suddenly I look over to my right and he's standing right there, cool as can be, and he has this aura like so smooth, so relaxed, so comfortable, and that was really like one of those star moments, like wow, this guy is like a star, you just feel that from him. So his whole aura definitely was impressive.
For me, I think for Korean actors, probably when I shot, it's not come out yet, but there's going to be a film called Road to Boston, which is coming out soon, and I shot that with Hwa Jung-woo, and suddenly he's just there next to me, and we did another movie together, and we were laughing, and like it was just talking to somebody kind of formal, and I'm like, this is Hwa Jung-woo, he's one of the biggest actors in Korea, so that was kind of fun. And then also this run-on drama that I did with Im Shi-won in Shin Se-kyung, that was incredible. They were just so down to earth, and their English is incredible. I was quite surprised, and in this drama I have this little like FU scene with Shin Se-kyung, and we were yelling and cussing at each other, and I remember telling her after the first cut, when I looked at her and I said,
please don't get me fired.
F you, F you, after we said cut, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, mianeo. But she's like, no, it's fun, So that was really, really funny. That was a wow, just hilarious thing. And in Hollywood actors, I did a movie called Changsari, which is Battle of Changsari Beach, and there's an American like crime drama show called CSI, and the actor George Eads, he was in that movie, and I had the opportunity just to chat with him a lot, and he sat down with us once, and he was giving all these like just speeches and talks in the room when we weren't filming, and that was just an amazing opportunity, and he was such a nice guy. And then also I did a movie called Kangchalbi 2, which is Steel Rain 2, and I got to work with a few big Hollywood actors too. Like there was a Scott Lau, Kristen Dunst, and a few others that were really big actors, and that was quite just fun, because they were just so kind and treated me really well, and we still stay in touch even now after filming. We still contact each other, so yeah, you make some really good lasting relationships.
It's interesting.
What were some of your favorite roles that you played?
Favorite roles, I was in Bomi Una Pum for NBC, that show. I was in like the first episode where it was this really funny scene at like a laboratory, and I was a lab assistant, but I turned out to be like this assassin who kills everyone there, and that was fun, just shooting that at like 3 at night in a freezing cold room, and getting to shoot everyone with blood packets going off everywhere. And when I came home that night, 7 in the morning or something, I take my shirt off and my whole body's just like red, covered in this like fake blood. I was like, man, what am I doing? What is this life? But that was pretty awesome. Got to fire a gun for the first time there.
Well, let's see. There's been several. That Kung Chalbi, the Steel Rain movie, I got to do when I played the Joint Chief of Staffs, Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff. That was an incredible role, and that was really fun to do, and that was quite enjoyable. Like I really felt like that was amazing, and of course Run On, playing the cinematographer. That's probably one of the best roles I've had, because usually as a foreign actor in Korea, you only get to be either a businessman, CEO, a soldier, or like a doctor thing. Those are your specific roles, and you don't really get much else as a foreigner. So this was kind of something that was really nice to be able to play something that you usually don't have the opportunity to do, and I mean that was a really fun role, and
So since you guys have been working here for quite a long time, are you guys planning to Hollywood soon? If you guys still want to, grow your your acting position a bit more bigger, get more bigger roles, get more big.
Well, I mean, ultimately, if you're an actor, which I want to do, which I am, which I want to grow and become professional, you will have to leave Korea. There's no doubt, because there is a cap here. There's a cap of what you get to. There's nowhere to go higher. There is
in like 20 years it's going to be like that too?
Maybe in 20 years
it
might
change.
change.
Like a foreigner who speaks perfect Korean, who's like everything, could he get a lead role in 20 years?
I don't see that happening. Maybe, but it's going to take a big difference. But I don't see that happening, and I understand. This is Korean entertainment industry, and they want to have Korean actors. They're looking, like we said, Parasite, Train to Busan, the new movie, the Standing Next, The Man Standing Next. This is also a movie that's been up for the Oscars now. So I mean, this is things, they want to promote Korean industry and Korean actors. So so I have been looking, about moving back to London, to moving to Hollywood. Actually, I'd already planned on doing that, but Corona kind of messed everything up last year. So that is my ultimate goal. Yeah, I definitely want to go to LA.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm married now and I live here, so it would be quite weird to have to uproot my Korean wife and bring her to America. But I think, honestly, I'm pretty optimistic about the future. I think there's a lot more crossover stuff now, and with Netflix and Amazon and stuff like that, I think there's going to be international shoots coming to Korea more as well. And if you do get a role in Hollywood, fly out, do the role, and come back, something like that. So I think it's not going to be as necessary in the future. I hope so. For myself.
So guys, let's talk about your recent film that Thomas and Garrison and of course Joey, the three of you have been in the movie Space Sweepers. What was it like working on Space Sweepers?
For me, it was awesome. It's the best experience I've had on a set, probably. Just because the people I got to act with were so high quality, and the whole production was just great. So I loved it. And also I had to act in Danish, which I've never done before, and hopefully will never do again, because it's not really what I feel comfortable with. But it was great. Everyone was awesome there. I loved it.
So I want to talk about, you got to work with the main actors for that one small scene. What was it like working with those?
That's really unusual. I feel like normally you can cast with other foreigners together,
right.
But in my scene it was me and 4 or 5 main Korean actors. So just great spending 2 days on set. Just those chairs you always see in the movies where it says your name on it and stuff. They had the front row there with all of the main actors, and then me in the row behind them, oh my god, listening in and really soaking up as much as I could. So it was awesome. They were great, especially Yoo Hae-jin. Yeah. Oh, he was fantastic. So funny and really personable. So I was so happy to meet him.
Garrison, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good opportunity. I had a few mishaps on there, which I won't get into, that happened. But I mean, it was a good opportunity. It was, yeah, it was very good. It was really relied very much on a big foreign base. You know,
That's
I
what was
felt
cool, was they took a
it was
chance
cool.
really
There
to
was
cast so many foreigners.
a lot of foreigners casted in there. You know, that I wouldn't agree with all the casting, but it was very good. And yeah, but there were so many, you know, foreigners in there, which was quite interesting. You know, I think it was the first time that, you know, a Korean movie has probably done that, where they've blended.
Well, not just
so
foreigners,
much.
but a lot speaking in their native languages as well. That's really unusual.
Yeah, a lot of, you know, different dialects. I think it was a very good. I think it was very experimental. You know, I don't know how successful it was, but it was a very good experimental thing for Korea to
Well, that's
try.
what I'm hoping. Like I was saying, I hope it opens up more as things like go on Netflix and stuff like that. It's not just going to be viewed in Korea by Korean audiences, so they're going to have to make allowances to like what do Indonesian audiences want to watch, or Indian or Mexican or whatever.
So even probably it wasn't successful as they wanted. It was a good opportunity for them to do something very international and to have this first chance of trying something so intertwined and mixed and having a real, you know, a real kind of, how would you say, like Hollywood type style movie. You know, where it was.
So guys, before we end the interview, I just want to say, do you guys have like any new upcoming projects that you guys are currently planning to shoot or have filmed, but it's not, you know, officially open to the public? You guys want to share?
Well, I don't really want to share it because we're gonna get in trouble if we share stuff we're not supposed to.
Yeah, I'm working on a few things. I'm doing a web drama currently. That's hopefully going to be due out in the summer. I'm working on an independent film.
Does it involve
at
nudity?
the moment?
Nudity?
No.
No. Partial nudity?
Partial nudity? No. Nothing crazy. So yeah, I've got a few things in the boat. There's a few movies that I shot last year and the year before, but because of Corona they got postponed. So I'm waiting for that. There's a movie called Road to Boston, and then there's a movie I did called Kyoso, which they haven't decided on the English title yet. I've heard it's going to be the negotiation, the bargaining, and one other thing, but they haven't decided that, and that's also been postponed release because of Corona. So I'm waiting for these two movies to come out. I think a lot of people are waiting on Boston because that's another movie where they used a huge foreign cast because the movie was set in another country, and so yeah, I've got a few things in the works that I'm excited and waiting to come out.
Yeah, I recently got cast for another movie, but I literally cannot tell you anything about it because they haven't told me, so I don't know the name or my character or anything like that. I just know it's supposed to start shooting in April, so hopefully soon I'm going to get at least a script or something, so I find out what I'm going to do before I show up on set.
So guys, before we end the interview, you know, where can we find you guys on social media or on the media platform?
You can find my Instagram, Thomas_L_Frederickson, my last name.
You can just turn on any TV channel and find me. No, just joking. So yeah, I'm also on Instagram at garrison.soul, and I'm also on IMDb, which you can just search my name and find me there. And yeah, those are probably the two platforms I use. But my Instagram I probably use the most. Do that.
Is there partial nudity on the Instagram?
No, I'd be careful about that.
Harrison, I feel like you're missing a big opportunity here.
I know, right? I know. Everybody wants me to be partially nude. Yeah. I guess I'm that handsome.
I would follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so guys, thank you so much for all your time. I know that you're really busy with your own personal stuff and with this COVID-19. Stay safe, and I truly wish the best of you. Yeah, so guys, this is the end of my interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Subscribe,
Thank you so much.
like, press the bell button.
Yeah.
You gotta do it in that order.